Section 1.7 Inequalities. In Section 1.7, we will be discussing linear inequalities, three-part inequalities, quadratic inequalities, and rational inequalities. First thing is, we want to be sure that we can understand properties of inequalities. So if we let A, B, and C represent real numbers, we would use the following three properties. If A is less than B, then A plus C is less than B plus C. Let's go ahead and put in an example for that. So for example, for number 1, if I have a number, let's say 3, and we know that it's less than the following four, right? If we take a number C, and if we add a number to this side, and then we add a number to this side, we would get 4, which is less than 5, then that would hold true. Property number 2. If A is less than B, and if C is greater than 0, then A times C is less than B times C. So for example, let's use the same scenario. If we have 3, and we know that it's less than 4, okay, and then we're going to choose C to be equal to 2. Let's go ahead and do that. So 3 times 2, is that going to be less than 4 times 2? Well, 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. And so therefore that's true. So that is property number 2. Okay, property number 3. It says if A is less than B, and if C is less than 0, meaning that it's a negative number, then A times C is greater than B times C. Okay, so let's take a look here. So we know that 3, again, is less than 4. Okay, now let's let C be less than 0, which means it's going to be a negative number. So let's make this negative 3. Okay, so we're going to take 3 and multiply it by negative 3. And then we're going to take 4 and multiply that by negative 3. So 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Well, we know that on the number line, okay, if this is 0, this is negative 9, and then this is negative 12. Okay, technically, negative 12 is saying that it's greater than negative 9, or we're saying that negative 9 is less than negative 12, which is not true. Because the closer that the number is to 0 on the negative side is greater than, which means that whenever, in this case, we need to flip that inequality. So technically, negative 9 is greater than negative 12, which is seeing what's happening with this inequality over here. Okay, so note that multiplication may be replaced by division in properties 2 and 3. Now, always remember to reverse the inequality, or excuse me, reverse the direction of the inequality symbol when multiplying or dividing by a negative number. Okay, so we just have seen that. Okay, so again, this is an important rule when we're talking about inequalities. So you noticed here that when we multiplied by the inequality, we had to change the direction of the inequality here. So we had to flip the inequality symbol. Okay, a linear inequality in one variable. A linear inequality in one variable is an inequality that can be written in the form of ax plus b is greater than 0, where a and b are real numbers with a not equal to 0. And any of the symbols greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and less than may be used.